Hello, beautiful friends. Heather here. This transmission is Manifestation 101, transmuting fear and worry into trust and faith. Standard. So, we live in a universe that is frequency. Everything is frequency, and we are raising our frequency right now with Gaia, raising our frequency. And as we continue to raise our frequency, things are happening faster. So we have constantly been creating, however, maybe not so mindfully, and manifesting, maybe not so mindfully, just kind of like recreating what we've always seen around us. Because what we see around us is a reflection of our past frequency. So yeah, you get that? So everything you see around us is just a reflection of our past frequency. So as we continue to raise our frequency, right, it's going to be going faster. We're raising our frequency into higher light. Then we start creating even faster. And the whole point is to become, beautiful butterfly, the whole point is to become a conscious creator, to be stepping out of that sort of robotic 3D, doing everything the way we always did. You know, in the 3D, what do they say? Like 60% of what you think is exactly the same as what you thought the day before. So we're moving out of that. And remember, energy flows where attention goes. And we're constantly creating. We're never not creating, you guys, like in our waking state. We're never not creating. Our mind puts off an electrical frequency. Our heart puts off a magnetic frequency. So we're constantly sending out an electromagnetic frequency. So it's so important to release the fear and the worry, because that's sending out a frequency. And as we raise our frequency, these things are showing up and happening. So you may be manifesting things and you're like, dude, why is this happening? You know, and it's because you were worrying about it or you were fearful of it. And energy flows where attention goes. One of my most favorite sacred teachers was saying recently, like, you guys are responsible for the war. Because if you're watching the news and you're like, well, what's going on? What's going on? Well, where's your energy going? To the war, you know? And I get it. It's gnarly. However, somehow it is serving the collective. But for me, I don't give it any energy. Like, I'm bringing this up as a teaching tool, but it's not part of my world. It just doesn't show up. I send blessings to all who are suffering and all who are suffering loss and things like that, but not even with that energy in my field, like thinking about the war per se, you know? So we want to be really mindful about everything that we're thinking and feeling. Hey, ano asekete te tui lehe solo oira maa sala ara maa sala a. Hey, ano asekete te tui ye ano asatatatas e one so tui ye maas. So an example is, you know, I'm living on the road. And by the way, in my last video, I said I was living on the road for 4 months. It's been 5. We're going on 6. So anyway, time warp over here. I don't really do time. I got worried about ticks. Yeah, I was like, oh, well, the dog, she can get ticks. And what if we get ticks? I got one when I was a kid, you know? And so sure enough, I started getting ticks, like all the time. I've had like 6 or 7 of them, like seriously. And my teams, and you know, I'm very sensitive as it is. So I'll notice it like right off the bat. I'll be like, oh my gosh, this is a tick. But I was creating that out of my worry of having ticks. So that's an example of like worrying about things and creating things. Another thing is, I was in the forest in North Carolina, and I was like, whoa, wouldn't it be like super cool if a tree fell down? And I was super excited about it. So like, if you're excited and enjoy about it, and I was like meditating previously, so I was like in the zone, and I was like, wouldn't that be so cool if a tree fell down? And then before you know it, a flippin' tree fell down. I'm not joking. A whole tree fell. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, whoa, that just happened. And then I was like walking to the bathroom a little bit later, and I was tuning in with my guides, and I was like, whoa, it's almost like I manifested that. And they're like, yeah, like, don't underestimate your power. So let's step into the space of being mindful about everything we're thinking and feeling. And like, really, what frequency are we sending out? Are we sending out 100 frequencies? Are we thinking about what happened yesterday and what we're going to do later and what we're going to eat and where are we going and da 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 da? What's the weather going to be like? You know what I mean? Are we sending out 100 million radio stations? Because then that's not going to be very potent, and it's chaos. So you're creating like absolute chaos with your frequency. So sorry, I'm like super funny right now, like cracking up. So we want to reel it in, you guys, get aligned and consciously choose our frequencies and become conscious creators. So good. This is good. Thanks for holding space. So, yeah, so let's release the worry, and we're gonna still worry. Like me, you know, I'm like thinking about these ticks and then they show up, and I totally, it came back into my field yesterday, and then sure enough I got one last night. So this is why we're doing this video. Well, plus Spirit was like, this is a great one, let's do it. Yeah, and they kind of communicate like that with me. We're solid. Anyhow, so hey, no sekete to ye, no sekete te to ye, lo sele erma asala arma asala a. So as far as manifesting and stepping into this whole new paradigm, let's not worry about this journey either. Let's trust the process. And it's not a straight line. You're going to have like super high flying days, and then you're going to have days where you're like, what's happening? And don't worry, it's just part of the process, you know? It's like we're like a swinging pendulum, and then we're finally going to like settle in and be like, you know, totally aligned. Yeah, eventually. So go with the flow. Don't worry when you feel a little off. And you can set intentions, again, becoming a conscious creator and manifesting. We can manifest with our water. Like, that's a huge one. We so mindlessly like pour a glass of water and just drink it. Well, this is a huge opportunity to create. And, you know, you can set your hand over your water and set an intention on your water to be on your highest divine timeline, or just infuse your water with love. Infuse your water with grace. Infuse your water with the frequency of your highest self. You know, it's pure potentiality out there. So we want to release all fear and worry. And step into trust and faith. Okay, so another really great teacher that I love is Neville Goddard. Yeah, Neville Goddard. And he says to assume the state and the frequency of the wish fulfilled. I believe it's that. And so you want to create something, put yourself in the future, and it's already done. It's already done. All time is now. So like what you're seeing is a reflection of the past. So don't like make it 100 million steps. Like just quantum leap and be like, oh, I love the way it feels to have that awesome space to be in, to, you know, be part of that retreat. You know, that was so good. I'm so grateful that I got that space to be in, and they gave it to me for free. It's so great. You know, like, that's so awesome. You know, and to really feel into that. What does that feel like? What does that feel like? And that's the thing with frequency. It's all about feeling, you know. That's why we're creating things out of fear and worry, because you're feeling the fear and the worry, you know. And if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so worthy, that totally worked out. I have such divine faith that totally is going to work out. It already did work out. You know what I'm saying? You guys feeling me on this? you're feeling me on this. But I get that. If you guys feel like you need a little more guidance and stuff, reach out. Send me an email. We'll connect. We can have a session. We can just go back and forth on an email real quick if you need that. I'm here. We're doing this together. We're totally doing this together. We're all rising as one. Remember the law of one? We are one. Our human collective. We're part of Gaia. Yeah, it's good stuff. He he no asekate te tui ye lehe solo oira ma asala arama asala a. He he no asekate te tui asekate. Okay. Yeah, this whole thing has been a transmission, by the way. I'm frequency. I'm channeling frequency. I'm full surrender to source and to this whole entire ascension process we've got going on, this acceleration, this elevation. This is why I'm here, and I know that's why I'm here. I know that. And I'm in love with that, and it's the best thing ever. I love letting go of my past life. I still have family. I still have people in my life, you know? I just don't live the way we were living. I live differently, and it's amazing. So I highly recommend it. But yeah, I'm full surrender. So, you know, my thing is to come into this highest alignment, to really make sure and check myself. What am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I saying? I set intentions in the morning about, you know, being in my highest divine alignment. May everything I think, say, and do be in the highest alignment for the highest and the greatest good of all. I surrender my vessel to source. I absolutely surrender my vessel to source. Please use me as a conduit to ensure the highest capacity of light for this field. There it is. Boom. Life-changing. Life-changing. And from there, yeah, things are going to come up because we're clearing. And we knew we were going to do that here on Earth now. So yeah, I go through those moments of clearing, and then I step into greater light. There are some moments of awkwardness where I'm like, rah, 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 and napping 3 times a day. And then I'm coming into a recalibration, you know, into higher light and more clarity, a clearer connection with my guides and with my higher self, with source. This is a return home to source, you guys. It's amazing. So let's release the fear, release the worry, step into trust, step into faith, and become conscious creators. Let's do it. So let's open up our heart space. Ground into Gaia. We are Gaia. Ground your light into her core. And then you can see light coming out of your feet, about 8 feet down, spreading out far and wide into roots. Far and wide, connecting into the crystalline grid of Earth. Set the intention to bring your chakras into alignment, balance and alignment. Opening up your light column. Opening up your light column and connecting to source. Releasing all that no longer serves. Calling in the highest divine light. Breathing in the light. You are worthy of this journey. Release all fear. You're heading back to source, to God, to one, to the all. Your higher self committed to being here in this field, to being embodied in this field, and knowing that you would return to source. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. He he ano asekate te tuye so tuye. Ala harama asala ah no asekate te tuye no asete ah ha ha. He he no asekate te tuye lehe sala oirama. Esala arama asala ah. He he ano asekate te tuye asate te te. Okay, they're bringing me to this, the money thing. So with money, don't worry about having money. Don't worry about that. Have faith and trust and know that it will show up. Okay, so recently on my journey, I got called back across the country, and it was kind of urgent. You know, I think I mentioned this in another transmission, and I was getting low on funds. And as that has happened on my journey, I just know that it will show up. I'm on a divine journey. I've been, I'm full surrender. And I'm on this journey for the highest and the greatest good of all. So why would I be called across the country and then be dropped? God and Source, they're not going to drop me there. It's one. Anyway, I'm not going to get dropped. If I'm being called on my mission for the highest and the greatest good of all, it will show up. And I know that. And so there's been times, many times on this journey where people randomly donate. And it's so cool. I don't even ask. There was a couple times that I've asked somebody, and it was because their higher self showed up. And I was like, oh, am I supposed to ask? That seems odd. And as it turned out, they did not donate. However, they contacted me and were like, oh my gosh, that totally brought up so much for me. And I had so much clearing involved with that. So it totally served, because we're all working together. We're all one. And then the money showed up through other sources, and other people donated, and it just randomly showed up. So not random at all. Not random at all. It showed up because I had trust and faith in knowing. Trust and faith. Release all doubts, fears, and worries. Hey, no sekete tuye, so toye atas. You are source. You are. Newsflash. You are source. You are a source being. Yes, you have a human vessel right now, but your energy is source. You are source. So the only thing keeping you back and holding you back from money per se, or anything else that it is that you feel you want and need, is your own worries, doubts, and fears. So we're releasing the worries, doubts, and fears. And don't worry, we all had them and still do to a certain extent. Some of us, not all of us. But hey, no, it's like a big clearing. Breathe, ground. Hey, no asekete. Hey, no asatas. Hey, no ese le he solo oire ma la har ma sala no asekete Hey, no sekete. Follow your intuition, guys. Follow your intuition. If you're feeling tired, don't push yourself. Take a break. Rest. Hey, no sekete. Hey, no sekatas. No ye na la ha na ma ne so ye na ma no ye lehe no ya na ma na ma Hey, no sekete. Hey, no satas. Hey, no ye no se te. We are so being held on this journey. You're not alone. You're never alone. You're never alone. I love you so very much. We got this. I'm looking for moose. There were 2 moose around my camp this morning. Big animals. Yeah. Yeah, no sekatas. No aseye, no aseye, no aseye. Stick around, love bug. Okay, you guys, this was a huge transmission. There's a lot of light packed into this little video. So listen to your bodies. Please drink lots of water. You can set the intention on your water for integration, to please integrate the light, to help me integrate the light. That's a good one for right now. But whatever resonates, So release all doubt, worry, and fear. Step into the faith and the trust and the knowing that you are worthy. Become a conscious creator. We're manifesting with every thought, feeling. We are. That electromagnetic frequency is coming back to us. So if you find yourself starting to worry and have fear and doubt, release that. and put yourself in the future where it's already happened, it's done, you've received it, it's amazing, everyone's celebrating, it's awesome. We did it. We did it. Victory of the light. I love you all so very much. Blessings to you and your family and your friends, and I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye for now.